And I would like to give the floor to Professor Virendra Singh once
Yes,
again, and I believe that everything will be fine with his voice.
okay.
And
I
again,
try.
the topic of his presentation is performance evaluation of Russian Suboxone varieties in high altitude cold desert of Himalayas, India. Professor Singh, the floor is yours.
Yes. Professor Yuri, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. And can you see the screen?
yes, we can see.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So uh, this study, which is done at our university station in Laol Spiti district, that is in Himachal Pradesh, uh, here in Himalaya. And it is a high altitude place, uh, 2,750 meter above sea level, and medium rainfall, heavy snowfall. And main interest of introducing Russian varieties is because of high yield and few thorns, as compared to our local sea buckthorn, which is very thorny and low yielding, but quite rich in vitamin C and also okay in oil content. Objective to study the performance of 11 Russian sea buckthorn varieties and to study the performance of two Russian sea buckthorn varieties during the fruiting stage. These are the old plantation at our station. We imported 11 varieties from Institute of Cytology and Genetics from Russia and from Latvia too. So these are the code names, and they are fruit per plant are quite high, 5 kg to 12 kg per plant, and oil content is quite high also. So during 2014-15, 2 years, we raised the seedlings by germinating them. They did very well under open nursery conditions. Then in August 2016, we transplanted them at the open field of the university station. And so during the first and second year in the nursery, uh, we see that during the first year, very slow growth under the nursery condition, but during the second year, very good growth, going up to 40 centimeters. So very care is required during the first year of the growth. And so for field evaluation, there were 3 replicates, and number of plants were varying from 60 to 90 plants. And overall objectives are that the plants which imported from Russia should have very few thorns, large fruit, high oil content, high vitamin C, and larger horizontal canopy, and no disease and weather adaptation. So study was done at the station as well as field condition of the farmers. So during the 4 years of Russian Seabuckthorn varieties, they were during the 2018 and 20, 2-year-old plantation actually. So these are plot size 120 meter square and 3 replicates. And we see that this is one variety. So we have 11 such plots of different varieties in 1 hectare area approximately. So plants are doing very well. And we also transplanted the plants in the field condition of the farmers. Farmer itself developed some special cloth for protection from the snow, and they did very well for the 2 years. Farmers were trained, and if you say the comparison between nursery and field condition up to 2017, and we see that plants of NX3, basically from Latvia, did very well. And so growth increased with age. So plant height varied. And similarly, in different exotics comparison of NX1 and 14, these are the comparison. Some plants are taller, some smaller, and we compare with the drill boo, our local selection of salicifolia. So did better than our local selection. So NX6 was better. Then these are the comparison of diameter, like height, NX6 best, and drill boo smaller. Spread of canopy is very important, and it was just when the plantation 4-year-old is went up to 18 centimeter in east direction, in south direction up to 20 centimeter maximum. So canopy spread is I say narrow, no doubt, and leaf length also varied, but here local selection drill boost having more leaf length and width. So Russian varieties having lesser leaf size. Leaf size has an important role, you know, in photosynthesis and fruit occurrence. So then we evaluated Russian sea buckthorn and local under germplasm bank condition at our station. This is a germplasm bank, 4 local and 2 exotic, which we imported some 12 years back. They have come to fruiting stage, very heavy fruiting, and we have given code name NX2, NX12, also both from Russia. They are doing very well in the fruiting condition, and we compare with drill boo, that is a salicifolia, and it's a king of vitamin C, 930 milligram, very mild thorny, fruit medium size, and suitable for community land, forest land, wasteland. And this is being actually planted on large scale by the farmers on the community land, not in their own private land. I mean the land around their field. So this 10-year-old Russian varieties under fruiting stage germplasm bank, same, they are plot size 40 meter, and so 2 Russian 4. So their comparison of height is NX12, very good growth, HI2 also both exotic, better than the local sea buckthorn, no doubt. Comparison of canopy spread, it has gone canopy NX, HI2, NX12, both are Russian varieties, up to 85 centimeter or so, higher than the local sea buckthorn. So canopy spread is very good in fruiting stage. Leaf length are in drill boo, that is local, higher. Fruit yield is about 5.5 kilogram in HI2 NX12, higher than, and of course drill boo local selection is doing very well, but Turkistanica plantation selection not so good. So these are the conclusions that while these Russian varieties, 11 varieties, they are now before fruiting stage, they may come this year or next in fruiting, but the old sea buckthorn NX12 HI2 doing very well, and now we will supplying their nursery to the farmers at different altitude. But at the same time, we carried out their plantation in farmers field in 2016, and there was unexpected heavy snowfall in September month, untimely, and that carried out large scale mortality of Russian sea buckthorn varieties at different altitude. During the initial 2 years, they did very well, but in 3rd year, heavy snowfall, so they killed almost all the plantation. So again, we have to carry out their plantation. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Singh, for your interesting presentation. And please switch off your presentation from share screen, because for me it's very important to see all participants. Do you know how to do this? Meanwhile, okay, no, I see your presentation, but you should switch it off.
Very difficult for me. New
Thomas.
computer, really, I don't know much. I don't know much. So about new computer. So
Okay.
so you can
Okay.
ask some questions, few questions. If you
Okay,
can ask me.
some questions. Colleagues, who would like to ask something? Actually, for me, it's quite difficult to realize.
Yuri, may I ask a question?
Okay, Natalia, I hear you. Yes, please.
Yes, Natalia.
Virendra, thank you very much for your nice presentation. It's very interesting. And I would like to know, you mentioned 11 Russian varieties, but what are the names of those varieties? You have only some numbers.
Yes, you know, they are Mongolica. One of it, HI2, was supplied by you. Then another one is from Ukraine of Russian origin. So I can give you their original name of the variety, but not possible this time.
Okay. So they were cultivated from seeds or from cuttings?
Yes, initially from the seeds.
From seeds. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Who would like to ask question? Thomas, do we have any chat?
Sorry, Professor Virendra, could you show again the picture of your presentation regarding with the name of varieties with the codification?
Name of all these varieties?
Yes, you show a table with the name of varieties linked to the code, and
yes, not right now in the slide, but I have the detail of all these variety name of original name. I can supply. I can send the name of the original varieties. And except one, all are doing very well at our research station. No disease, no pest, very few thorns, doing very well. But in farmers, yeah, that was a problem. Okay.
Okay, Professor Singh, I have one question to you. Do you have any ideas if Russian varieties in future will be established in the big plantations of India, or salicifolia will remain the main species in your country?
Say, there are two zones. One is very, very high altitude zone of Ladakh, where only Hippopy remedies Turkestanica, some 10,000, 11,000 hectare forest is there, and no other varieties could grow there in extreme high altitude condition there. So we tried to introduce Russian varieties and salicifolia, so they did not go. So only local Turkestanica is doing well there. Okay. Now in Himachal Pradesh, our state, salicifolia is doing better. Farmers have accepted, industries have accepted salicifolia is doing very well and rich in vitamin C, but poor in oil content. And Turkestanica is rejected by the farmers, but it is being planted by the forest department for environmental conservation. They have planted some 12,000 hectare, sorry, 1,200 hectare for environmental conservation. So we are now developing a hybrid between Russian variety female and Turkestani ka male. We are developing that for wide adaptation of Russian sea buckthorn, because Russian variety it will do well in our region, but not in other high altitude region of other states. So we are trying to develop the hybrid varieties for that. And then there is other states of Himalayas, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Only salicifolia grow there naturally. So they are yielding, but fruit size is small. But we have supplied our local selection of salicifolia and to these states, and it is doing very well there.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much. Do we have any questions, colleagues?
I would like one suggestion that salicifolia has very huge scope in juice market, which is the dominant market. 80% is the juice, and that is required for vitamin C. Salicifolia has a potential in juice market, and we are studying other compounds also for its value.
Okay, thank you.
West is not aware of importance of I think salicifolia, but it has a potential for introduction. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.